Hello grade 11s. Today I'm looking at page 89 from your workbooks. This is a new section and it is the development of a transition piece. So some background, what is a transition piece? A transition piece often happens where they have got a metal shape, and often this is in an air conditioning unit you might find it. So in an air conditioning unit you might have a certain size at one point of the air conditioning pipe, but then you've got a bigger size on the other side. So the term transition piece, meaning transition from a smaller size to a bigger size. Then what they want you to do is fold the shape open. So if it was made out of sheet metal, so that's basically like cardboard or paper, and they would then fold the sheet metal into the specific shape. So they need to make sure they get the right pattern to be able to fold it open. They have given you some aspects here. So quite often there's a basic shape that you will have to redraw, and then you need to develop. So in other words, fold it open, or the net, some of you know it as, fold open the shape from this direction here. For drawing 89, make sure you read through the given information. I'm not going to go over all of that. Basically what they've said for you to do is draw the top view, draw the front view, and then develop what that shape would look like when you fold it open, using this edge AB as your start point. So very simple. We've got two squares to draw and then this front view shape. There is my completed top view. I'm trying a new pen. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, just to see the outline of the shape. Some people mention that they're battling to see some of the lines, so that's why this line is quite thick. Next, I'm going to project my lines up to get my front view. There's my completed front view. So my base is 65. The top was the square of 30, and the height was 65. I've put down some points that I think you can use to follow when you're going to do this drawing. So the first step is to draw the given views. Top view, front view, so that's done. Now I need to find the true lengths, then label the corners of my views, and then develop the shape that they've given us the start point on this side. So according to my process, the next step I want to do is find the true lengths. Now why do we need to find the true lengths? Well, because the corners are not horizontal or vertical where they're joining the top of the shape to the bottom of the shape, this line isn't a true length. So we need to work out that true length. They've given us the points A and B of our seam here. And we're going to work those around. So let's take C, D, E, F, G, and H. Now finding the true shape or true length of this line, what I need to do is convert this line going diagonally down to the corner to a horizontal or vertical line in this view. The best way is to turn this into horizontal is by taking an arc. And we can take that arc either inside the shape or outside the shape. I've set my compass to this distance of CD. There, if I take that distance inside my shape, there I could take it to the other side of the shape. So this line now is a horizontal line. I'm now going to take it up to the front view, because in the front view I get the height. And we've got two ways of doing this as well. With my distance set at CD, one of the methods that they use is you could project your lines up. So here is where C hits, and I project that line up, and on the other side I could project it up as well. So this gives me point C and point C on this side. What I would then do is I would join up point D to point C, and this gives me the true length. It would be the same measurement on the inside. Same measurement. So here is the true length on the inside. Okay, we've used a common point and we've transferred the same distance from D to C on either side. You can also take the distance from D to C with your compass and just mark it from that point. It'll give you the same measurement. So there are many ways of taking that measurement up. That's what I've done at this stage, and I might try and show you different stages, different methods later on. So that gives me the true length. That measurement is all the same around that shape, so I only needed one true length measurement. For accuracy, or just for measuring sake, if I measure that distance, I've got a distance of 68. So just check yours. If I go the same on this side, to that point, I'm getting the same measurement. They've told us to start the drawing at A and B as the seam, so I've just extended this line, and I now need to take my true length of AB, which is this measurement of 68. You're definitely going to need a compass here, because you'll be doing lots of measuring, or if you want, get a paper trammel. There's my distance of the true length. I mark it at A and mark it off, and there gives me point B. This type of drawing follows a very similar process. So we are going to get a triangle now. Why? Because I need to find A and B, which I've got. Now where's my next point? My next point is C. Now the distance from A to C is a true length. Why? Because it is the horizontal line in the specific height of my shape. So I know that that distance is 30, and I can mark off a distance of 30 with my compass. Here is my radius of 30. Now I need to find the distance from B to C. Now we don't have that distance, and again, going from B to C, if I draw this line in here, that is not a horizontal line. And the important thing about that is, because it's not a horizontal line, it isn't the true length. So we need to work that out. How do we work out a true length again? We're going to take the distance and we're going to convert it to a horizontal line. So there with my compass, I'm taking my distance from B to C and marking it down. Now let's work out where that's going to be in the front view. I'm going to project my line from C up into my front view. Where it hits at this point, and from point C to B, this is going to give me my true length. So I'm going to say that's my true length of B. So that means from B to find point C, I need that distance. So I'm going to take my compass, set up that distance from B to where I've just got point C. There's B to point C. I bring that across to my development, put my compass at B, and I mark it to intersect, and that gives me point C. We can draw in our construction line, joining up these 2 points. Let's follow the process to get point D. So at the moment I've got A, B and C, which is a triangle. Now we need to find D. From B to D is a horizontal line, which means that it is the true length. So I can take that measurement of my compass from B to D, place that at B and draw an arc. I now need to find my measurement from C to D. Now C to D I've already calculated over here. So I go back to that true length. Put that at point C, draw an arc, and this is going to give me point D. I can now join those up. Now what I've done is just labeled the true lengths here. I've called this the true length 1, it was our first true length, and true length 2 was our second true length. I'm going to use those measurements again because the shape is symmetrical. Let's find our next point. We've done C and D. We're now going to our next point, E. In calculating point E, what can I use? The distance from C to E I can use because this is a vertical line, which is the same as a horizontal line in our top view, and it is the true length of that shape. It is 30 millimeters. So from my point C, I can take my distance with my compass of 30, set up that distance, place that at point C and draw an arc. The distance I don't know is the distance from D to E. However, because it is symmetrical, it's going to be the same measurement as true length 2. So once again I can get my true length 2, set up my distance for the true length 2, bring it down to point D, mark off the intersection, that will give me point E. Our next corner we need to find is corner F. What distance can we use? We know the measurement from D to F was our length of 65. It is the true length, so we can take that measurement with our compass. Go to point D and mark that off. Now I need the distance going from E to F, which is the same distance as true length 1. So I'll set my compass to my true length 1, put my compass at E, and draw an arc to intersect, and that will give me point F. I can now join up the points. Let's carry on with our process. We've now found point F. We now need to go to point G. The distance from F to G is going to be the same as our true length 2. What is the distance we know for this triangle? Is the EG measurement of 30. Take our compass measurement from E, set up our distance to G, take that across to our development, draw an arc, then we need the true length distance 2, take my true length distance 2, place it at point F, draw my arc, where they intersect will give me point G, and join up the lines. I hope you're understanding the process we've been following. Let's carry on. We now have got EFG. We now need to go to point H. Here is point H. What is the distance we know? The known distance there is the length of that side between F and H. Set that distance with my compass, come across and mark it off. Now I need the distance from G to H. The distance of G to H is our true length 1. Go and set our true length 1. Now for a change, what I'm going to do is take it off this measurement here. So there is true length 1, I know. Set that distance, place that at G, and mark that off. Let's complete the lines. Unfortunately, I'm going to crash into my printing over here, but let's carry on. If we're at point H, the next point we're going to find is the point going back to our start point at A. That distance was our true length 2. I'm coming to my development here to take that true length 2 measurement. I'm going to draw an arc. From point G, we know we need to take the distance of A to G, which is the given measurement, and mark that off. So that gives me point A back at the start point. Join those lines up. Our last point that we need to find will then be from A going to B. The distance of A going to B will be the true length 1 and the H to B measurement. Maybe your process should be take the given measurement, so in other words the measurement that wasn't the true length, and always start with that. So there's my true length that I didn't need to calculate. Draw my arc. From the other side we need the true length 1. Come back to where I've got true length 1 marked off here. Set up that distance, place that at A, draw the line, and that gives me my final point of my drawing back at point B. Sorry, we went off the page a bit. So there we have the given front view, the given top view, and the development of this transition piece. The outline and the edges are in a dark line. Our true length 2 line here is in a construction line.